What's up, crew? It's your boy Captain Tony and my first mate Wendy. We just got back from Texas, and like I said in the last video, we can't wait to take the boat out. But before we do, we've got a lot of preparations before we can take the boat out. And we're gonna walk you through and show you everything that we do, and I'm gonna show you how to drive the master plan.
Bon voyage, amigos.
Alright, so I'm not checking these just to make sure I have enough fuel for the trip. I'm documenting what I had before the trip, that way when I get back I can see how much I used and try to figure out my fuel economy. One more tank in the back. So we hold about 300 gallons of water, but going out with 2 adults and 3 teenagers, we're gonna fill up the tank. Fun in the sun, you gotta go with the toys. Our best toy.
Once we're gone, we can't go to the grocery store, so we need to make sure we pack all the necessities. Although we're not going out into the ocean, there's always a chance that with another boat coming around, it'll rock the boat or there'll be some wind and anything we have on the counter could fall off and break. So I need to make sure we put everything secure. Last.
We gotta check all the doors to make sure they're all latched.
This one's latched. This one's latched.
Before we go, I checked the engine oil in all 3 engines, and I make sure that the engine rooms have everything clear of the engines. Even though we use it for storage, we just make sure that nothing is falling or nothing will fall either up against the engine or down into the bilge. Looks good. generator room. Gotta get down there and check the oil before we go too. Also want to make sure that there's no water leaking anywhere or anything else that doesn't look right. Just a visual inspection. Same thing I did in the engine room. Make sure everything looks safe. And this is low. So we're gonna have to add some oil. Instead of carrying jugs of oil to each individual engine and filling it up, we actually have a reverso pump. Come on over here. That's this pump right here. It's a reverso. Connects to all 3 engines. So I can turn the valve to whichever engine I'm gonna be either filling or taking the oil out of. I can suck the old oil out if I want to do an oil change my filters, and then pump new oil in. So it's not like a car where you have to drain it and from the bottom and then refill it from the top. With this, I can drain my engines and refill them right from here. You see the oil come up. There it goes. And because this is open, that new oil is going right into my generator. So I'll pump a little bit of oil and then I'll go check it again in a minute. Much better. Now we're happy. Especially happy that there's no water in there this time like there was last time. Want to be underway and then have to go turning on electronics. So I'm going to do all that now before we even start the engines. Down here we have our radio that we can communicate with bridges to open the bridges, and also once we change to 16 we can communicate with other vessels. Right up here we have our GPS. Power that up. We have our depth finder. Power that up. And we have our radar. And we'll power that up. Then we're going to go ahead and check our navigation lights. So we have our, we'll pull here. And look for them on the side of the boat. Which, those are working. Side markers are working. And the stern and anchor lights on. Okay, so those are all working, and this is our autopilot. If we were going to go a little further distance, like to the Bahamas or whatever, we'd use our autopilot. We just kind of put it in the direction we want to go, and it steers on its own. And last but not least, we got to check the horn. It's working. In the case of an emergency, a lot of people will panic. So what I like to do before we go out is just put my eyes on all our safety equipment and check the dates while I'm at it. I know that down here I have fire extinguisher, I have flares, flare gun, and I've already checked all the dates on that. But just checking it from time to time and knowing where it's at will help me prepare in the case of an emergency. Down here we have life vests. Around here we have more life vests. And let's go downstairs. So this is my bug out box. It's a dry box in case I need to jump overboard. And inside I've got first aid kit, mask, fire extinguisher, flares. If I needed to jump overboard, I would grab this and my E-perb right there. That's basically a tracking device. If I jump overboard and hit that, the cavalry's coming. So I like to just keep myself familiar with where they're at. And this, I'm gonna go ahead and put right here so it's handy dandy if I need it. All right, we're almost ready. We're gonna get the systems up and running. Let's start with the generator and then we'll switch over the shore power. Preheat engine. then your generator's running. See the light come on? So now we can switch everything over to generator power.
Because you unplugged the electricity?
Everything's running on generator now. And now we'll go unhook the shore power. All right, this is the cord that connects the power from the shore to the boat. We're gonna disconnect that. So first I'm gonna turn off the breaker. We won't be taking these ladders with us, so we'll take it off and leave it here on the dock. All we gotta do is turn the key on, hit the start button. That one's starting. Turn the key.
Oh yeah, necessity.
That one takes a little longer.
Little pancakes or syrup or something?
And that one's on. I'll let them warm up a little bit and then we'll head out. All right, so before we take off, I'm gonna go ahead and drop some lines that we don't really need right now. What I'm gonna leave on is gonna be the stern line, which holds the back end. I'm gonna keep this line on right here, which holds the boat forward, and the bow line, which holds the boat back. Then when we take off, Wendy's gonna drop the stern line, drop this line, and with the bow line connected, I'm gonna pull forward, and that's gonna bring the back of the boat out and away from the dock. And then we'll go ahead and turn around. Alright, so we are officially underway, and coming out of the river we have to hail a few bridges to open up for us. And the way that's done is you hail the name of the bridge twice, identify your vessel, and then make your request. 17th Avenue Bridge, 17th Avenue Bridge. This is the master plan. Outbound vessel requesting your next opening.
Copy.
Thank you, 17.
Starting now.
This is master plan. We're clear of your spans. Have a great day.
You too, Captain.